Okay, continuing on with part 2 on a documentary on everything you don't know but need to on sharks and shark finning. And if you've ever taken the time, or wasted the time I should say, of watching a single Save the Shark or finning video, you must see this. I will literally debunk and prove that it's lies, every word you've been told. Continuing on, I just want to wrap up this video that's on screen real quick and finish the point of one of the favorite methods of PETA type people, besides blatantly lying, is to falsely use footage, whether it's footage of overseas third world countries, practices that don't exist in the US, and they present the images or footage as something that's happening in the US every day. By the way, shark finning has been completely abolished from all USACs for decades. It does not exist in the United States. But you'll see that more than 3/4, way more than 3/4 of all the images and footage you see in every one of these finning videos has nothing to do with finning. Most of it's just used because it's graphic or disturbing or bloody or whatever. So this video in particular, there's only one image that is from finning. Only one. So watch this. You'll see 8 or 9 in a row. That's not finning. You'll see 8 or 9 in a row and only one is actually finning. Not finning. Not finning. Not finning. Not finning. Those are bluefin tuna, for Christ's sakes. Okay, here we go. This is another favorite method, is the lying and, I mean, just 100% blatant lies of numbers. This video claims 72 million sharks are killed each year and only 100 million fish are killed each year. There's infinitely more fish killed than sharks or anything else in the sea. That's not a problem. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not the point of this video. But claiming that 72 million sharks are killed every year is the most absurd lie you'll ever hear in your life. There's less than 150,000 sharks killed worldwide by all fishing, and there's less than a few thousand that are actually killed by finning. And this video claims 72 million, and you'll notice that every finning video pretty much has a different statistic or number. Some say 100 million, some say 1 million, some say, this one says 72. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, okay, moving on. I'm literally going to debunk and expose every statement that you've been told in a shark finning video, such as, like I've already addressed the numbers, or such as that they're cruelly cut up while they're alive and they feel pain just like we do, and yada yada yada. First of all, every shark fisherman, deckhand, captain, every experienced shark fisherman in the world, 300,000 whales are killed and 100,000 turtles. That's some more bullshit and flat lies right there. There's barely, I don't even think there is 300,000 whales in the world, let alone being killed every year. So I just put up another video here. The first couple images are just graphics that are useless, and then you'll see that every single image in this video except for one has nothing to do with finning. That's a actual biologist studying a frozen shark. That has nothing to do with finning. That's a same image. You'll notice a lot of the images in these videos have just been recycled from other videos. They're just repeating the same nonsense and lies somebody else told them. So that's the same image you saw in the last one, and the only image you'll see in all three of the videos I'm about to show you. This has nothing to do with finning. That is not shark finning. That is a sport caught fish on a charter boat. And as I said, the first maneuver to fillet a shark for eating is to cut the fins off. These sharks have nothing to do with finning. As you all are aware of and complain about, sharks have their fins cut off and they're thrown back into the sea. So honestly, how retarded do you have to be to see a whole shark on land and believe that it has anything to do with finning? I don't even know what that image is or what it has to do with. Come on. Next. It's another BS image. Anyways, every one of these videos is just blatant lies, and every image in it is just absurdity and ridiculous. So moving on, exposing the lies and lunacy that are in all of these. I don't even know what this bullshit is. Sorry about that. But one of their favorite lies is that sharks, just like a human being would, are alive and feel the pain of having their fins cut off. There's not a professional shark angler in the world, or deckhand, or experienced captain, or whatever, who has ever attempted to hack the fins off of a shark or the tail off of a shark without killing it first. And if you completely decapitate a shark, clinical death is instant. All loss of pain reception in the brain is instant. Yet for more than or up to 8, 10, 12 hours or longer, the body and head will move. It'll twitch, the mouth will bite, it'll tail walk across the deck, it'll look like it's freaking out or swimming. For more than 8 hours, maybe even 12, 10, but I mean up to or more than 8, 10, 12 hours, after complete decapitation, the body still does that. And sharks reach back and can bite their own midsection and their own back and their own tail. If anyone ever attempted to cut the tail or the fins off of a shark while it was still alive without killing it, they would lose their arm immediately. The minute that knife touched that shark, it would reach back and bite them. You cannot cut the tail or fins off a shark without being bitten if it's completely alive. The maneuver that is used by all professional shark fishermen, deckhands, captains, shark anglers worldwide who know what they're doing and are professional shark fishermen, they use a very thin, very sharp knife. The blade's only 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches wide at the most, and it's a very thin blade. They insert it at the back of the head where the brain stem connects to the spinal cord. This causes instant clinical death, total loss of pain reception in the brain, and they cannot control their body or move it right. There's never been a shark in history that's had its fins cut off who didn't have this maneuver. They loved it. It literally takes a split second to do the maneuver if you're a professional deckhand or fisherman. They love to edit that maneuver out so that it appears the shark is still alive and can feel everything. Second of all, when sharks feed and breed, if they're breeding or mating or spawning or whatever you want to call it, or if they're feeding in groups or in packs, which is typically how sharks feed, we all know that sharks go into what they call it a frenzy mode, or a feeding frenzy mode, and they bite each other. And they do that every time they feed in packs, and they do that every time they breed. They literally bite bowling ball sized chunks out of each other. Sharks have evolved to not feel pain like a mammal or like you and I do. That's one of PETA's favorite lies, is that they feel it just like you and I would. Okay? If they felt pain like a human being would, the species would be extincted rapidly because they'd be too afraid to get near one another to breed or to mate because they bite the living shit out of each other. Sharks do not feel pain like a mammal or a human being. They register that something's wrong the way your computer knows it's being attacked or that it's under attack from a virus or whatever. But sharks' pain reception in the brain is nothing like a human being's, nothing like a mammal's, and that's one of their favorite lies to use. Literally every lie that you've been told, every statement, every number, every fact, every saying, every word you've been told is lies, and I'll prove it to you and I'll expose them. I have to stop now because this is getting near 9 minutes and I've got to keep these videos under 9 minutes. But be sure you watch part 1 and continue to watch the rest of the parts in this documentary. I will literally prove to you that everything you think you know and everything you've been told about sharks and finning is a blatant, flat-out lie.